Last night, coming out with 13 runs today, 6 home runs between 3 guys. What does that do for your confidence in the offense moving forward, especially as conference play kind of gets deeper?
I thought it was huge, and I kind of joked with them. I guess they saved all of them for today, which they can count the same on any day, is what I told them. But it was really cool to see Henry Ford and Reese and just a bunch of guys having quality at bats and using the whole field. Grimmer beating a cutter. Levi, what a day he had. So again, we've always talked about being more capable. The thing in this league with, Mississippi's pitching staff, that's as good I think we've seen so far, just with raw stuff and what they're able to do. And even their starter today, I thought he was really good. I know we tagged him for 5 there, but it's a really good sign for our group, and that's what we're capable of. Now we need to make sure that we get there more often than not.
You talked about your horses having to be your horses. Is this what you're talking about today?
Yes, sir. Yeah, horses ran today. Henry 4 for 5, Grimmer 3 tanks, Levi doing his deal, and then even little things like, I know the offense was great today, but Ariel coming off the bench, making that play on the pop-up that Grimmer loses in the sun, and I know we had the other one that we got to correct and whatnot, but willing to play free. As we get into further into SEC play, for every team we face, it's kind of scripted. You know hey, what they're going to go to or which pitcher in this spot, and it can deviate a little bit, but this league is about players taking advantage of the moment, and it was really cool to see, and a very, very important day for our club. Our guys just settle in and play baseball.
How significant was that third inning to get out of the bases, let it jam, and then get the offense production of it?
It was huge. I thought Blanco just had great poise, as he always does, and a little bit of a scary day, clearly offensively, just because of how much the ball was flying in the ballpark today. I know they said, I think, the 3 furthest home runs all year. But just to do that, some of those guys I will not miss seeing Mr. Utermark or Mr. Rosetta in the box anytime soon. I promise you that. But again, just when you get Blanco on the mound, you kind of know what you're going to get, and that's a very comforting feeling for the team and our side.
I know the sample size is small, but Levi's hitting over 400 when he hits out of the 9 hole. Is there any reason as to why you see that?
No, I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know that. We have joked at one point he's the best 9-hole hitter in America. But we talked with Levi. It hasn't been a smooth go, but he's capable of changing the game at any point. Did that today for us, and had some big hits. Hits a Friday night home run last week and drives the ball down the right field line. And we believe in Levi. We all do. And it's really cool to see him have a good day, because it's not easy to go through the ups and downs and people questioning, what's wrong or this or that. And this is a tough league, and there's some really good arms we face, so that should give him a lot of confidence moving forward.
What's Levi doing well when he hits the ball like he did today?
I think a little bit is just like tempo and just being more under control. I think at times, if you look early in the year, he was crushing balls that kind of hanging up in the wind, or hits a couple balls in Texas that don't go out. Now all of a sudden you start swinging a little bit harder, and when you miss, he's missing pull side. I'm still coaching third. Those balls coming at me all over the place. Hasn't done that in the last few weeks. And just driving the ball in the middle of the field in high school, everybody loved the power potential. That's why he was an All-American and all the stuff that he did. But naturally his power is like middle to right center. So again, I think he's, drives those ball out to left center today, and just needs to slow down. It's just, this league is tough. Obviously, physically, you got to face the stuff, but everything that goes into it mentally, how you navigate the struggles and the successes. And this is really the first time he's probably struggled like this in his life, but he's got to find his way through. And I thought today was a good step in the right direction.
How great was it to see Stowe back in the lineup, and what does he add to your lineup? And just like the third inning, kind of start that whole thing.
Yeah, it's just tangibly, like, just the vibe that he brings when he's in there, I think it changes. It's a sense of calm and stability, what he does for our pitchers. Objectively, he's the best receiver we have on the team on how he's able to steal pitches at the bottom of the zone and at the top. But, again, it's an easy guy to root for off the field. He's very consistent, a lot of things that we preach and look for. And as coaches, you hope to see in your players. He does that naturally, and that's a credit to his parents and his family. They're just amazing people. And so getting him back there was good. Had all the catchers in there in different spots today. That was nice to see. But credit to him, because he worked extremely hard to get back with our medical staff. They did a great job. And he was patient. We made sure we checked, got him live at bats, got him to catch live, able to get him in there yesterday. And he trusted us to get him in a good spot. And credit to the fans today. They were amazing. That standing ovation. No coincidence. That's why he hits a ball to right field with a barrel. That's just everybody working together to win. So that was great to see.
How nice was it to see Henry's performance today too, with kind of what he's been throughout the season with the sickness, ups and downs, and all that?
Yeah, he's been showing a lot of toughness, grinding through that. And a lot of guys would have missed probably a little bit more time, but he was fighting to be out there. And another guy that can change the game in one swing at any point. So, but they are still young. They're not professionals yet, and they're going to go through those periods of doubt. And that's our job as coaches. How do you get them back on track? as soon as you can. So that was the idea. We talked about it yesterday with Shump, like, what are we going to do different? We just kind of went more of a, hey, slower, show and go, pro ball style. Sometimes you just need to reset, focus on the meat and potatoes. You know, we made sure that we hit cutter machine early, went into BP, and credit to those guys because it wasn't really a huge change. They're just out there playing baseball together trying to win.
Consistency's been the main concern with this team. Do you think that gets overblown in this year of college baseball? Like, the league, just about everybody's really good. Do you find that that's kind of overblown? Like, we were really good today, we weren't good yesterday?
Sure. Well, I think it's clearly, if you look at the league, the back and forth and the parity, it's definitely some challenges, but we don't go consistency solely based on results. We're trying to go consistency in behaviors and our routines and how do you respond when things are going well and things are not. We're looking at, the players joke all the time, hey, over the course of 56 games, what works behavior-wise, habits-wise. So that's where our consistency focus is. We have no control over the record at the end of the day, wins or loss. We just need to make sure. Free passes is what we've talked about, trying to get 6 or more runs as a team. So we're trying to give them some objective things that if we chain those things together consistently, it's going to put us in a position to win, but we also, you got to respect this league. It's dangerous, and every team is capable of winning any single game that comes about.
That said, how do you feel about this weekend as a whole? Obviously not the results you wanted the first 2 games, but now going into next weekend, how do you feel right now?
Sure. I mean, I like the way the offense swung the bat for sure. I think what Blanco has given us on Sunday with strikes and stability is huge. And we'll look at the rotation for next week because it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so that'll be our first challenge, how we navigate that. So I'll get with Ren and the rest of the crew, but just need to keep getting better. That's really the theme this time of the year. And the little things I talk to the team, the ball goes in the air, has to be caught. This is the SEC. They're pop-ups. They need to be caught. And Ariel did a good job later in the game getting that done. But just those little controllable things, if you want to be consistent and have success, you need to dominate the average play. So that's where our focus needs to be on that, and then just keep stringing together quality at bats.
You said yesterday
Couple more.
that today was the most important Sunday game y'all had today. Why did you feel that way?
Well, 2 reasons. One, because it was our next game, right? I know that's a little bit coachy, but then at the same time, too, as you get into the meat and potatoes of the league, we've just started the second half. So, again, just Sunday at home is always a very, very important day. But I just think that Friday we just got beat. Saturday was a very painful end to the game. And so it's all about resiliency and how do you respond when you get punched. And we've been punched plenty now, but, you know, we got to put ourselves in a position where, hey, we're attacking each game as we go, but we want to be in the hunt, and we are right now.
How have you seen Grimmer grow? I mean, this obviously is his first time getting extended run. How is he growing into the hitter he is right now?
I think it's just the ability to use the whole field and hit everything. I mean, he's a guy that they have circled, and Mississippi's pitching staff, I can't give them enough credit. We're just with the stuff by itself, and then splitters, cutters, changeups. There's so many different shapes that can kind of tie you in a knot based on how you go through it. But a lot of times it's just simplify and have a good direction in the middle of the field. But you know, we were joking with Graham. He got first hit in a while on Tuesday. He was asking me to ask for the ball and whatnot. So just kind of that like comedic relief. I'm like, dude, you're still having a really, really good year. But just maturity. That's what you get with the older players, and that's what you hope for. And why some teams have kind of gone a different direction in recruiting. We've always talked about being built from within, and Grimmer's a guy that could have left at any point and has waited his turn. And it's cool to see him having some success because he's an easy one to root for.
Paige, last one.
Blake had talked about how the team had a much more free approach today versus not pressing as much as the last couple of games. When did you notice that the team maybe had that different approach or different mindset in this game?
I think you kind of get a pulse when you walk in. I got here really early this morning, and usually when the music's blaring pretty loud, you can hear those guys, you know, just doing what it needs. We talk about being consistent, like guys in the weight room getting themselves moving. That's a big theme on Sundays is you got to get out of bed, you got to eat, you got to make sure you do some mobility. We kind of met them in the middle where we took the volume of the reps down, but those guys, again, we just want to, each day is mutually exclusive. If you let carryover from the win or the loss the day before bleed into the next day, you know, the team and the players are doing a disservice. So good to see them win 2 Sundays now in a row, and that needs to be something we continue to do.